When I come across great talent of a young age, I have to bring her or him or them or the group or whatever situation it is musically onto my channel. And I've done that over the years with many people. And many of the young girls I've grown up with, and now they're mature young ladies in their 20s doing really well. And I'm just so glad I went on that journey with them musically from various countries. Well, we have a mix Chilean bag for you as regards parents and who they are and who she is and where she was brought up in a minute. But first, I want to give you what came to me when I'd listened to her, when I thought about it. I thought, how am I going to describe this to my audience? So I thought of two words: aspirational, and I'm going to read it out to you, and inspirational is what this young lady is. Aspirational, for those who do not know, is a quality or item that represents something one desires to achieve or possess. Now, her father won an Emmy Award for his cinematography in a film, believe it or not, in America. So there you go. And Hollywood status, you might think she's very going to be classical, or no, she's a gothic artist, everybody. And her recent appearances are causing people to stand back and go, oof, what is she about? She's like the female Marilyn Manson. And I say to people, please don't compare other artists to other artists. She's uniquely unique, as you're going to find out. But we had to go back all the way to 2022 for this track off an album. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. But then it's about aspirational, taking after her father, but she's also inspirational, which is something that motivates you or gives you someone the urge to do or feel something. And she certainly did with her appearance, her performances, her lyrics, the depth that she goes into in her recent performances is quite astronomical. And I'm looking forward to going on this journey with her. But to break you into the psyche of this artist and to break you into the music and appreciate her, we do sometimes have to pick a song that's a bit more light in a gothic world, a bit light in the music, the lyrics, for you to start getting a taste of what she's about. And then we'll work our way up. And on this channel, we'll definitely do that. So welcome. Who am I speaking about? Well, I'm speaking about this young girl that's called Sofia Isela Miranda, known professionally as Sofia Isela. Is an American singer-songwriter and music producer. She's written 3 EPs, believe it or not, and I bet you didn't know that. And she released the first in 2020, the next two in 24 and 25. And after gaining popularity on TikTok, she performed opening acts. And I'd say some of you are starting already to realize who she is, especially when I mention a particular act she opened up for. She opened up for Melanie Martinez. Incredible, no? Tom Odell, fabulous guy. Taylor Swift is the name. And Glass Animals, which are a group I adore. Glass Animals. Now those concerts were in 23, 24, and 25 respectively. Now Izella's work contains elements alternative gothic and indie music and frequently focuses on themes of women's empowerment. And I'm all for that on my channel, as long as it doesn't get too political and too messy and too sticky, and it kind of goes away from the music. Mm, I prefer to keep with the music and keep the channel simple. The artistry and influences are of those that I've just mentioned, and her songs frequently focus on themes of women's empowerment, and the style has been just described as alternative. So, Anne Sexton is another one, and Mona Awad are, and I love Mona Awad. Oh, she's amazing. Check her out on YouTube. A Mona, Mona, and Awad. For an artist, you'll go, mwah. Has major influences. So she's got the all-around influence. And when it comes to her parents, her early life, Sophia was born in Los Angeles, California, to Chilean American filmmaker Claudio Miranda and writer Kelly Bean. And she's been playing the violin since she was 3. She wrote her first song and lyrics at the age of 8. And Isella's family moved frequently throughout her childhood, eventually settling in Queensland in Australia. But they returned to Los Angeles by mid 2024. So cultured upbringing, classical upbringing, mixed with the Gothic, you've got an all-round person who musically is influenced by a lot of people, but uniquely produces and writes for herself. And the videos marry that, as you'll see with this video. It's called All Human Knowledge Made Was Done. What's the song about? Well, the meaning is critiques effects of technology, of today's technology, and the internet on our lives and relationships. And the lyrics suggest having access to all human knowledge, it says here, at our fingertips, that has made us lose touch with reality and has resulted in a slower pace of life. And that is so, so true. If people knew how many hours I have worked to build up just the small following I have, they would say you're crazy, but I'm not. It's organically grown to 8,000, just under. And I'm so proud of myself that I've got 8,000 people around the world following me, over 1.5 million views, and it's rising in popularity. And people are talking about my channel, making reference to it. And that's so heart wrenching because for me, because it's like, I, I always dreamed of this, but I'm not going to give you one of those speeches. The infinite, this is about the infinite scroll of social media, this song, and it's about that stimulation on our screens that's made it challenging to disconnect from that technology and all the social media platforms on our phones and everything and engage with the world again beyond our screens. And we did that. I did that. I've experienced that. But I fell into the social media because I wanted an alternative form of entertainment in my life. And I got in very, very quickly years ago. So unlike my fellow former or past friends or cousins that are around my age or people I've known over the years around my age, they have wavered on technology or they've fallen to the side. I've kept up with it, especially music. And this is why, because this Sophia Isella, please keep that name at the tip of your tongue. Check her out on YouTube. It is so engrossing. It's incredible. I'm going to let you now decide for yourself what you think of it and come back and we'll break down the lyrics of the song. As always, straight after. Enjoy this. I'm already savoring this song a lot. I've had it on repeat and I'm sure you'll be the same.
Turns out all of human knowledge at our fingertips made us dumb. I lost my connection to reality, stepping into a virtual one. Turns out all of human knowledge at our fingertips made life slow. But nothing moves fast enough, lost in the infinite scroll. I'm on your screen looking at you. The world out there is such a dark hue. It's so colorful here. It's so colorful here. And there's always something going on. We go everywhere. You should come along. It's so colorful here. Everyone's so happy in here.
I know, and I'm keeping this up deliberately, her face of recent and Sophia Isalla's muse will show you, if you want to follow this through, of how she's progressed with the music. This is much, much deeper. That's why I've started with this song. The song itself now, the summary of it, and to wrap this up, is the song implies that our resilience on technology has made us dumb to the, and it's great that a young artist is talking about this, even lyrically, emotions and experiences that make us human. And it's true. Hands up. It's, I can be consumed too much, to be honest. That's why I have two dogs now, to make sure I get outside, I walk them, and I come back and I've, and I feel exhilarated. I always do. That's why I got two dogs. And we are constantly bombarded with the information on the screens. We all are. And it talks about leaving us disconnected, detached. And the lyrics suggest that even though we have access to infinite knowledge and can communicate with anyone in any language, which, by the way, my videos are 32 languages, do you hit the translate button? We're still alone. We are, because I'm still alone when I've done this. I don't know who you are watching. I don't know who you are liking and subscribing and commenting and loving the artist and saying, wow, I love this guy. Yeah, I've got a young heart. Just as everyone else is alone in their own virtual world, we all are. And she portrays that very well, going out of the world. And she talks about the colorfulness of the outside world, outside technology. But there's a lot of people today that just, I see it in coffee shops, they just, and no one talks. We shut down enormously. So the chorus of the song captures all of that hypnoticness with technology, and the overall meaning is a cautionary tale about what we're doing to ourselves, because the mental, if we don't balance it with the physical walks, thank God I have my dogs, it's about the dangers to our that technology that we have in the internet. And the song is all about encouraging us to be mindful of our screens, this screen that you're watching, even me, and to make an effort to disconnect, and hopefully not in the middle of me speaking or watching my videos. Please, please like and subscribe. But it does say about disconnecting from devices and engage with the world around us, because the lyrics do say, I'm on your screen looking at you. The world out there is such a dark hue. It's so colorful here. It's so colorful here. And that's the outside world she's talking about. And she says, so how many emotions can you put me under in a minute? Throw out every thought in my head till all you hear is crickets. Put every face of me that's under the sun until every feeling gets overfused. They go numb. She's talking about smelling that, going into woodland areas, smelling the trees, the leaves, and breathing in the fresh air, and going to the seas and looking at the waves instead of reading about them and looking at pictures. Actually, going to your local places and experiencing food and life again. It's all about that, and that's what this song's about. It's a cautionary tale about addiction, because we are addicted. We need to step back from it for a healthier life. I love this artist. I'm going to keep up with her. I hope you are too. Sophia Isella, welcome to my channel. The next video will be shorter because I've done the bio. Once I've done the bio, that's it. Take care until next time. Sophia Isella. Take care.